Yeah, we back in it. Let me set it up. I forgot to do that up front. It's all good though. We got it. All right, let's get right into it. Here we go. I'm B24 while the video going on. But anyways,
What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including controversy backstage in WWE after attack on Rhea Ripley, Vince McMahon starting a post-WWE company, WWE launches a huge new program, why WWE wrestlers wanted almost fired, a former WWE superstar retires at age 34, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL. And now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story.
Drew Gulak. Not Drew Gulak, Mojo Rawley.
Our first story looks at controversy backstage in WWE after an attack on Rhea Ripley. On top of today's news is an angle that aired on last night's NXT segment where Rhea Ripley was found beaten and bloodied in the parking lot is raising a lot of eyebrows as well as questions about whether it was approved before it aired. In case you missed it, Rhea Ripley showed up on the 29th October NXT to welcome Zarya to the WWE's developmental brand and gave a pep talk to some of its other female talent. Later, Liv and Raquel Rodriguez were seen walking in the dreaded NXT parking lot holding baseball bats. NXT officials discovered Ripley laid out in the parking lot with a popular Raw star's face bloodied and bruised. The segment drew different reactions, with some fans praising it as a good way to build up the feud between Rhea and Liv, while others questioned the use of blood, especially with a female wrestler, a topic that's been raised ever since mainstream promotions have used blood with female talent. Regardless of where you stand on the issue, WWE reportedly got permission to run with it. As Fightful Select's Corey Brennan reported, there was some concern internally in NXT about the amount of blood shown during Rhea Ripley's segment in the parking lot, but it was given the green light by a higher power on the brand. Further clarification is that the green light came from HBK, Triple H, Lee Fitting, or a CW executive, hence higher power. The days when Vince McMahon pushed the envelope to boost Raw's ratings, for example the infamous Pillman's Got a Gun angle, and risked losing its TV spot, are long gone. Tied in with the TV rights, and nothing short of temporary insanity would lead it to running a potentially controversial segment without it getting approved. Did you guys see the Ripley assault angle, and if so, did you think it was too much or pretty badass? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Vince McMahon starting a post-WWE company. That was big news concerning former WWE kingpin Vince McMahon, and this time it has nothing to do with the recent lawsuits filed against him, which is kinda surprising. PW Insider's Mike Johnson reports multiple sources with knowledge of the situation have confirmed McMahon has been in the process of setting up what has been described as a new entertainment hub company that will financially back, develop, and produce film and television productions. PW Insider provides details on when the company will launch. It's also told that several WWE alumni are already working with McMahon to get the company prepped with the idea of officially unveiling it if and once his legal issues are resolved. The report mentions that former WWE Chief Operating Officer Brad Blum and former WWE Senior Vice President Entertainment Relations Kristen Pouty is working with McMahon on the enterprise. Vince McMahon is sitting on a mountain full of money, and while this could change depending on how the lawsuits filed against him turn out, he appears to have the resources to launch a new venture. In addition, McMahon still has many connections in the entertainment industry, and while his reputation is currently in the mud, a positive outcome with his current woes could lead to more people agreeing to work with him. At the same time, McMahon's current legal entanglements may keep him from launching anything for years. Next up, WWE launches a huge new program. That's potential good news for indie wrestlers looking to head to the WWE. WWE.com recently announced the launch of WWE ID. Here are some of the excerpts from the company's press release as WWE today announced the launch of the first of its kind developmental program designed to provide up-and-coming independent wrestlers a pathway to a potential career in WWE. The program will be called WWE ID, short for WWE Independent Development. In addition, WWE ID has been constructed to support independent wrestling prospects and wrestling schools with world-class training, development, and mentorship. The WWE listed some of the wrestling schools it's working with, including Cody Rhodes' Nightmare Factory and Seth Rollins' Black and Brave Academy. The press release also mentioned that WWE will give certain indie wrestlers a WWE ID prospect designation, with the idea of woodworking them while also documenting their progress and training, which could end up on one of the rumored Netflix series covering the WWE from behind the scenes. A Triple H commented on WWE ID saying, WWE ID is the latest in our efforts to identify and support the journey of up-and-coming wrestlers, in turn raising the profile of and strengthening the independent wrestling ecosystem. However, this new program has some fans, wrestlers, and indie promotions concerned whether the WWE will use this program to cherry-pick talent and wipe out the indie scene, much as critics claim the WWE did in the UK when it poached talent. Given the WWE's history of dominating the wrestling world, it's a legitimate concern. Next up, why WWE wrestlers wanted Omos fired. It looks like Omos owes Bobby Lashley a lot, as the Almighty recently discussed how his match against the Nigerian Nightmare at WrestleMania 38 saved Omos from being future endeavored. The Almighty spoke on the Lame Guys podcast revealing, that was cool, working Omos at WrestleMania 38. I'm taking the credit for Omos. Everybody else will, because he started turning it on after that. Because when he first came on, they were going to have him fired. They were going to fire him because he hurt a couple of people. According to Lashley, things didn't look good for Omos. He's a freaking giant. He makes me feel like a child, and when he came in there at the beginning, he was wrestling with certain people, and there was a couple people like, gosh dang it, and yelling at him and trying to make him look bad to the office and trying to get him fired because he hit a dude hard and stuff like that. Thankfully, Bobby decided to take a leadership role by working with Omos. Lashley, who's reportedly headed to AEW, explained, so when they put him with me, I was like, I'll work with him, because I understand where he's coming from, and I had the mentality of Taker. Taker looked at somebody like him saying, I want to work with that guy. The two-time WWE champion elaborated on what working with an inexperienced wrestler meant for him. Some of the guys are like, I want to work with my buddy because we can make a cool match. We can do cool stuff. Man, you gotta overcome those obstacles. That's what wrestling is about. And I was like, he's an obstacle for me. Not too many people are here, but he's an obstacle for me. He's bigger, stronger. Well, I don't know about stronger. He's bigger. Almost entered the WWE during the Vince McMahon era, so it's no surprise the big man was pushed onto the main roster in 2020 despite reporting to the WWE Performance Center just a year earlier. Vinnie Mac's fondness for big wrestlers has led to other big men of questionable abilities receiving huge pushes. For example, the WWE pushed the Great Khali hard despite the Punjabi Nightmare's limited skills and experience. Omos is currently working the live event circuit with the occasional TV appearance. Some fans are still questioning whether WWE has long-term plans for the big man or if he's treading water until the promotion releases him.
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident in the last year? Yep.
I ain't gonna lie, Omos has a character.
Next up, Chris Bay.
So even if he did get fired, he still has other avenues. He's very funny. He has a story. He could be a well-established actor, maybe a big guy actor, or something like The Princess Bride or something like that.
Bay updates fans on surgery. It's time for an update on TNA star Chris Bay, who recently underwent neck surgery after he was injured this past Sunday during an Impact Wrestling taping. Sports Illustrated is reporting another ECW legend returns to WWE. Now, we've had many returns coming in for the November 6 NXT 2300 Arena show, but now we can add in one more, as recently ECW hardcore legend Francine confirms that she will be at the show. Francine last appeared in WWE's ECW all the way in 2006, but it was a complete flop. One wrestling reporter is calling for the WWE to recreate an iconic angle involving The Undertaker. Fightful Select's Corey Brennan posted a video of the segment where The Undertaker chased a hapless Nunzio in the ring and delivered a last ride, and now he's calling for WWE to do so using NXT big man Obafemi. The Undertaker is rumored to be on next week's NXT. Nunzio will also be on next week's NXT. Obafemi should recreate this spot with someone on next week's show. But there you have it, folks. All the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.